Democrats don't speak for me. Speak for me, speak for me. Republicans can't speak for me. Speak for me, speak for me. A bitch ass nigga can't speak for me. Speak for me, speak for me. You coon ass niggas can't speak for me. Speak for me, speak for me. Listen here, this is a fact of life. I be rapping like Nat Turner came back to life. Grab Donald Trump by the pussy, he ain't acting right. I never run from a conflict, I be glad to fight. It's a very cold world that we live in. And somebody please tell Elizabeth you're not an Indian. You just trying to con them people to get the benefit. Just another immigrant, stealing from the Indians. That's some punk ass shit and that's too lame. Now we finna step over to Andrew Yang. And you a sucker, you could never speak for black folks. Fake ass pandemic, trying to get the black vote. The Democrats don't speak for me. Speak for me, speak for me. Republicans can't speak for me. Speak for me, speak for me. A bitch ass nigga can't speak for me. Speak for me, speak for me. You coon ass niggas can't speak for me. Speak for me, speak for me. You know your boy be high off sativa. Kamala wasn't popping, so we said bye, Felicia. She ain't had a right policy. We ain't trying to meet her. Y'all can take Biden too. Bye, we don't need her. We don't need Roland Martin or that coon Al Sharpton. Didn't need Cory Booker from the start, man. I don't fuck with police and no snitch. You know I'm coming with the heat when I spit it. The Democrats don't speak for me. Speak for me, speak for me. Republicans can't speak for me. Speak for me, speak for me. A bitch ass nigga can't speak for me. Speak for me, speak for me. You coon ass niggas can't speak for me. Speak for me, speak for me. If you ever go to court and this is your luck, try not to get fucked by Benjamin Crump. I know it's hard, you and I go it's hard. But who the fuck is Amy Cloak? Put her picture up on the bullseye and start throwing darts. People cut our organs out our bodies, that's a stolen heart. They can't save us from the flood like Noah's Ark. Black lives always matter, we finna go for ours. So then we savages, we don't need to pot the piss. Mike Bloomberg can suck dick with that stop and frisk. You ain't speaking for us, we don't know you. Bernie Sanders, and get your funky ass on too. The Democrats don't speak for me. Speak for me, speak for me. Republicans can't speak for me. Speak for me, speak for me. A bitch ass nigga can't speak for me. Speak for me, speak for me. You coon ass niggas can't speak for me. Speak for me, speak for me.
I'm talking about Shawty going crazy. People going crazy in these motherfuckers. Run that shit back, man.
But it means nothing. Nothing about a woman all day. Man made the car. Carry the heavy load. Man made the electrolyte to take us out of the dark. Man made the boat for the water. Let the seven know me now. Man thinks about a little bit of baby girl and a baby boy. Make them happy because man makes them strong. But after man make everything we can, do you know the man makes money? To buy from other men. This is a man's world.
Grand Rising, Grand Rising, Grand Rising. Greetings from Sin City, Nevada, commonly referred to as Las Vegas. This is Shabaka'S Blacc Experience Enhanced. We have moved to live stream right now here in conjunction with the Revolutionary Agenda and Frontline Black News with Shabaka'S Blacc Experience Enhanced is a division of. Okay, we're talking about Nikki Haley. We're also talking about the dump, as in human shit, getting kicked off of ballots and reinstated on ballots in various states. And we want to make that perfectly clear. We also are talking about that individual Ron DeSantis, with his woke theory that it dares divide uh, uh, his state. And then we're also too going to be crumb bumming on that raggedy ass broad by the name of Nikki Haley. And also too, if time permits, we're going to get to crumb bumming on the governor of California, Gruesome Newsom. Now, as you know, ladies and gentlemen, in the presidential election, California carries the majority of the electoral votes, which I believe is 55. Okay. Now, Gavin Gruesome Newsom had insisted that the state of California does not do what Colorado did, where they took the dump, as in human shit. And I want to make that perfectly clear, as name off the ballot in Colorado, okay? But from what I understand, and Brother Che would have more information on that about him coming back. Newsom, Gruesome Newsom in California, says he does not want California to do what Colorado did, as it was in regard to taking the dump, as in human shit, off the ballot in California, because he states that is let the people decide at the voting polls. Something is very wrong there. Now, people, you got to keep in mind that California is really one fucked up state, and here is why. It's because, see, California, they would elect a Democratic governor, and then they would have a Republican lieutenant governor. Then the crazy motherfuckers would go around and do the exact opposite, where you would have a Democratic governor and a Republican lieutenant governor and a Republican governor and a Democratic lieutenant governor. So it just goes to show you just how fucked up, that California really is. So we're going to say good morning, from Las Vegas to the mile high income city, to Brother Che and crewman. Good morning, Brother Che.
Yes, Grand Rising, Shabaka. We are rising. From the mile high income in migrant flooded city.
Right.
Yes, they reinstated the dump as a human shit, and we want to make that perfectly clear on the Colorado state ballot. I think for the same reasons that you said Newsom refused to take them off the ballot in California. And
Right.
Lisa Cabrera just did a whole story on it, so I was gonna play that.
Okay.
Let the people, while I'm pulling this up, Shabaka, let the people know what's happening with Blog Talk Radio.
Oh, yes, sir. Absolutely. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. What's happening with Blog Talk Radio is that they've been stealing our money. And they have shadow banned us on Blog Talk Radio, going on the third week right now. But we have paid for the month, okay? And Blog Talk keeps saying that they having technical difficulties and all this old type of bullshit, okay? When we go to program our shows. But it's very interesting that we're hearing everybody else's show is up there, and particularly those who don't like us. Oh, and this raggedy tramp. Okay, so therefore, ladies and gentlemen, we're being shadow banned. Blog Talk did send us an email stating that they're going to give us next month's service for free. And then, of course, you know how Blog Talk wants to draft your debit card, credit cards, what have you. But fortunately, what we did with them sons of bitches is that we have a debit card on it that they're going to try to draft next month, but there's no money on it. So, they're not going to get off in our pocket. Okay. So then they said, well, we fucked up for the last month, for the last 8 episodes we've been trying to put up there on Blog Talk. And then they stood up there and stated, oh, we're having technical difficulties. We can't go off into the studio. But then those who diametrically oppose us on Blog Talk Radio, okay, mighty funny, they're not having no problem with their shows. Okay, so therefore, we are investigating it as well too. You see, so thank you, brother Che, and over here, Deacon in Reality, and the Arena Uncensored for allowing Shabaka'S Blacc Experience Enhanced to move over here. Okay, on with Lisa Cabrera.
Yeah, so Lisa Cabrera is going to give us an update on what's happening with Colorado reinstating Trump on the 2024 GOP primary ballot.
Wow.
How does it sound, Shabaka?
That sounds good.
Okay.
About a week ago, I did a story on Donald Trump in Colorado, taking him off of the primary ballot. Well, I think it's been less than a week. They have put him back on the ballot already. What was the point in taking him off in the first place?
Right.
So let's get to the story. So this is an update. Colorado puts Trump back on the 2024 GOP primary ballot while rulings is appealed. Colorado Secretary of State said Thursday that the former President Donald Trump will remain in the 2020.
It's distorted, Jesse.
Okay, how does it sound now?
The state Republican Party appealed the court's ruling that had found him ineligible for office earlier this month. Donald Trump will be included as a candidate on Colorado's 2024 presidential primary ballot when certification occurs on January 5th, 2024, unless the U.S. Supreme Court declines to take the case or otherwise affirms the Colorado Supreme Court's ruling. This is according to Jenna Griswold.
That's our Secretary of State.
And this is what was said in a press release. The Colorado Supreme Court ruled 4-3 on December 19th that the former president could not receive the Republican nomination because he had unconstitutionally participated in an insurrection against the U.S. government on January 6, 2021. Section 3 of the 14th Amendment includes a clause that bars those who have taken an oath of office from being elected again to govern if they have violated the Constitution by engaged in insurrection or rebellion. Donald Trump engaged in insurrection and was disqualified under the Constitution from the Colorado ballot. The Colorado Supreme Court got it right. This decision is now being appealed, Griswold said in a separate statement. I urge the U.S. Supreme Court to act quickly, given the upcoming presidential primary election. On Wednesday, the Colorado Republican Party, they said that the Supreme Court to overturn the ruling from their state high court, saying the party has been harmed by the decision to disqualify the 77-year-old ex-president. The state has interfered in the primary election by unreasonably restricting the party's ability to select its candidate. This is according to a 45-page petition from the Colorado GOP and nonprofit American Center for Law and Justice.
You know, you're sharing everything, right?
Yes,
As a
I'm on
natural
Mozilla. I'm not on
and,
Chrome.
as a natural result, the state has interfered with the party's ability to place on the general election ballot the candidate of its choice. And it has done so based on a subjective claim of insurrection the state lacks any constitutional authority to make. The High Court has yet to make a decision on the ruling, which would need to occur before January 5th, deadline for candidate names to be certified by both parties for the Colorado ballot. So, Colorado court decision cited a prior ruling by Supreme Court Justice Neil Gorsuch, and he oversees the 10th Circuit Court of Appeals, which includes the Centennial State. Attorneys for Trump have yet to appeal the Colorado ruling to the Supreme Court. Colorado Supreme Court stayed its ruling, rendering Trump ineligible until January 4th, 2024, but the U.S. Supreme Court may still issue its own stay of the decision ahead of its first conference day of the new year, which falls on January 5th. The Centennial State will host a primary on March 5th, the day after the former president is scheduled to appeal in Washington, D.C. federal court on his 4-count indictment for trying to overturn the 2020 election results. Trump remains the favorite for the 2024 Republican nomination by more than 50 percentage points, according to the Real Clear Politics polling average, with petitioners. Now, we know Ron DeSantis, I think he's like third, and Nikki Haley is in second place. Mm-hmm. So the former president is also leading President Biden in recent surveys, according to several swing states that have lost to the Democrats in 2020. Yeah, Donald Trump is going to win over the majority of those swing states. That's my opinion. But y'all, please tell me what you think about this video. Please leave your comment and subscribe.
Okay. Yeah, please do the same for our platforms.
Okay.
Well. All right, go ahead, Shabaka.
Yeah.
What Lisa Converge
yeah, sure. Okay, so what's gonna happen right here is Lisa Cabrera is saying is that I've predicted is that what's gonna happen is, man, is that sooner or later the dump, as in human shit, and the panties, as in a transvestite wearing women's underwear, these two bastards are going to merge and go on the same ticket, although they denying everything, right? Okay, they denying everything, but they're going to come together at the last minute, as my prediction. And then with all these ass scratchers and yassa bosses and coons and shit like that, you know, your Eric Adams, Larry Elders, Brandon Johnsons, Karen Basses. You see, the day of the Negro, his purpose is over on the political spectrum. Okay. Now, what do I mean by this? Okay, it's because every black ass politician that you see that there's at the mayor, London Bridge in San Francisco, okay, those two bums in New York and Chicago, they're doing the exact opposite for black people. They're going out there with this inclusive agenda, but what it is that politically we are being smothered, you see, by our own quote unquote representatives. Look what Karen Bass is doing there in Los Angeles. You see what I'm saying? So these.
Go ahead, Shabaka, I'm listening.
Say what now? Oh yeah. Hey, how are you? Okay. So therefore, so the coons, you know, they doing their job, you know, they doing, you know, what they're told to do, you know, keep the black community divided, keeping up the illusion of inclusion. Motherfucking migrants is coming in here, taking every damn thing. You see what I'm saying? And then these yassa bosses are still up there. Oh, for us to get ahead, We have to be all inclusive. When as soon as you say, well, black people, let's do something for yourself, well, that's being divisive and that's being prejudiced and all that. Well, hey, motherfuckers, white police officers are killing us, Oh, well, the suspect shouldn't have been black driving in that neighborhood. See, that type of mealy mouth, ass scratching bullshit, man, is
Why did
pissing me the
he?
fuck off. And it should
Why
be
did he
pissing off
obey?
every other black man and woman in America as well, too. And set up our own damn political parties, a black first agenda, set up our own educational institutions, number one, to train our youth, set up our own businesses so therefore we can feed and clothe ourselves, acquire the four factors of production of land, labor, capital, risk management, and produce for ourselves. And Dr. Claude Anderson told us to do this 15 years ago. But here comes Obama. Oh, well, the Rainbow Coalition. But Mr. President Obama, the police just killed Mike Brown and just murdered Tamir Rice, a 12-year-old boy. Well, we got to go to Kenya and we're going to meet with the president of Kenya. Mr. President of Kenya, okay, you got to embrace the LBGT agenda. And what did the president of Kenya say? Nigga, get your ass up out of here.
Right.
See, this is the problem, black man and woman. Is up to us to take care of us. Hey, we see you there, twin. Hey, greetings to you. And yes, and appreciate you recognizing the facts that I'm stating. This isn't hatred. This doesn't mean, that we are out to do you in. None of that. What it is that the illusion of inclusion is killing us, black family.
Yep.
It is killing us. They use us for experimentation with the Tuskegee experiment. They're using us for experimentation now, killing us for our melanin. From dead Wiley cases to our man there who couldn't breathe in New York. You know what I'm saying? The police killings. You see what I mean? When are we gonna wake the fuck up, people, on a collective basis? These motherfuckers are out to kill us. They're out to destroy us. You see what I'm saying? And then Hollywood, California, all of Los Angeles with its bullshit. You see what I'm saying? You seeing what they're doing to black actors and their money out there. You see what I mean?
Yep.
Look at the imagery that they project of us. The men going around wearing dresses. Billy Porter.
Sickness.
Negro shoving ketchup. Negro shoving ketchup up their asses, talking about they women having a menstrual cycle. This is an insult to womanhood. This is what this is, black family.
Speaking of womanhood, let's hear from Lady Che. Go ahead, Lady Che.
Absolutely.
So nothing really changed. Like the moral of the story is nothing changed. Everything's the same as it was like earlier in the week. So nothing's changed at all, except Maine followed motherfucking suit of Colorado. And I think that if anything, the only reason they're talking about this shit right here is because the Republicans have been heavily on the helmet of the the judges over here, and making threats and all kind of wild ass fear mongering comments. So that motherfuckers got scared, and they probably went back on their word, which is really a bad look. I think. I mean, if you're gonna go all this way to get him off the ballot, I mean, you got to stand on it and just just be consistent. If they go push it back, to put him back on, it's like, what was the fucking point? and why would you do that to our city? Like, our city is getting enough bad press as it is. Why would you go about that and then carry on with it? Is really like beyond me. But I wouldn't say but. Excuse me, I didn't mean to say but. I meant to say that you got Republicans here and white radicals. I won't say white radical. Jesus Christ, white radicals. Talking about talking about that all hell's gonna break loose if, oh my, if we don't. You know what I mean? And so I'm like, whatever. Either way, I don't know if you're gonna go further on into it, Jesse, but I mean, it's just that both sides are trying to get everyone off of the ballot. In any state, both sides are trying to hinder the other, and then the third party, which I covered on the RVA. If y'all catch the RVA, but I went into that a little bit. But I don't think anything really changed. I think that if Colorado goes back and keeps them on, like, you already called him an insurrectionist. You already recited the 14th Amendment. Let's not stand on something, for fuck's sake, man. It's a really bad look for Colorado to renege. And for
it is.
For them to force for them to try to push their way on the Supreme Court to get an answer is another fucking kind of bullying tactic. Like, wait your time, man. You fucked up. Like, this is a fuck up. Allegedly, you fucked up. You did it, whatever. But they played over here. Colorado did it. That's not on us. Fucking. Are you touching buttons? Jesse, are you touching buttons? I know I'm not touching buttons. I'm opening orange. I know I'm not touching nothing. But real talk though, I think it's a bad look. I think that I don't think anything really changed with that. I thought something was gonna change too, and I was like, "Ooh, this is salacious." When I posted something about on CNN, I think it was on Twitter early in the day yesterday, and then after listening to it, I was like, "Oh, this is might be, could be. This is how the media gets you. It could be something. It might be something. It may turn into. It could turn into." In reality, it could just go in the trash. You know what I mean? Both systems just could burn to the ground. Like, we could just purge both. I mean, we ain't got to vote. You know what I mean? So I just feel like a lot of fear mongering, and Trump ain't the bully man.
Most definitely.
Closet, you know what I mean? And
Biden, this is Democratic tactics. They do this every.
But whoever got the most money is gonna run the show. But I'm really concerned about all this money that's going out to advertising and fucking sabotaging other motherfuckers to get them off the ballot, which me and Jesse both seen personally how this happens. When they when somebody wants you off completely, they do whatever they have to do. And if you don't remember, go back a whole year and just follow that when Jesse was running for mayor. Yep. And everybody kept saying that we was tripping. We're like poor sports. But no, there's no poor sports shit. This is really happening. This interference and this denying and this sabotaging, or this trying to get you off this. It's light, everybody. Light coming through the window. It's distracting like a motherfucker. But it's a reality, and it's not just happened to little old local people trying to make a difference. Obviously, it's happening everywhere, but it's happening right in front of us right now, and they can't even say it's not happening. They're literally doing this shit. They're literally
most definitely, Lady J. Yeah, they're doing all this shit is intentional. This shit is systemic. This shit is pre-planned. You see what I'm saying? It has the elements all over it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, thank you. It will be a selection. So if you think your vote gonna matter, if you're not paying attention now, your vote don't mean dick. Dang, that's how we feel. So you just know that they already gonna try to make the decision. The favoritism is leading towards this way. They're making it look real bad. Plus, the evidence is going on in the states, statewide, and then abroad is really, really adding to the funk. So you really ain't, your voice and your vote really ain't gonna mean dick, because they are actually going to. Thank you, Twin. They are actually going to make your decision for you. If you ain't paid attention now, they're making it for you.
Most definitely.
They eliminate it. It's like Battleship right now. They're taking motherfuckers off the board. Now they're trying to, and just like I said, watch the RE when I talk about
screaming that this is a democracy and we need to maintain democracy. This ain't no goddamn democracy. It's a bunch of hypocrisy. As Shabaka'S is always saying.
A major
It's a
distraction now.
capitalistic hypocrisy. You see, it's what it is. It's not a democracy. It's a capitalistic hypocrisy. Okay, and then the cold part.
You know, like we might as well say it's entertainment. Like we all want to watch football or basketball or boxing, you know, and you go or pay-per-view. They might as well just treat it like that, because
Yep.
we don't ask to pick the fighters. We just get told. We get told who's gonna play and what, right? And then it goes from there. Depends on what, and it escalates, right? You might as well just say it's entertainment, and we just there for the show or for the event. Really, we're just gonna be participating at the event.
Yes, ma'am. And basically what it is, though, too, is that let's get on these yassa bosses and ass scratchers as well, too, is because, you see, they cannot enforce or make their shit work without they coons, okay? Tim Scott, you know, the bums that were just mentioned, the mayors of New York, Chicago. Let's see.
We had heard shit from
and then
Larry Elders. They
I forgot about them clowns.
White bitches, or what happened?
Yeah, I forgot about them bums, you know, and keep in mind, folks, it is still early in the morning right here. Yeah, with elders and
his ass dropped out. He wasn't getting the support that he thought he needed, and he dropped out.
Oh, elders.
Now, it looked like
and Tim Scott
to drop out.
Oh, you talking about that motherfucker that look like Stymie by the name of what's that fool name out of Carolina? Tim Scott. Yeah. Okay. And then okay. And then Rami Salami, he's on his way out.
Yeah.
Okay. And then Vivek. And then also Vivek Rami Salami.
Shabaka, let me get my thoughts on Carl putting Trump back on the ballot. So, like I said, this is political theater, Black family. The Democrats, they thought they were making a chess move, and they clearly were not. Just like all them folks that keep saying that Kanye's making a chess move. No, it's not. This is political theater, and like Lady Chase said, it's all for entertainment, like pay-per-view, like all the sports, entertainment. And ain't really nothing gonna come from this. They tried to pull this shit in Maine. Maine might end up going the same way as Colorado. Michigan, they tried to pull it in Michigan. Michigan was like, to hell no. We're gonna keep them on the ballot. So the Democrats are desperate. They have no answer for the dump, as in human shit, and we want to make that perfectly clear. They have no answer on their side. Sleepy Joe, Jim Crow Biden is not gonna make it. His approval ratings are in the toilet. Ain't nobody gonna vote for that fool in 2024. Nobody with any kind of sense is gonna vote for him. That the Democratic seals that vote blue, no matter who, they'll vote for him. But he's not gonna get the support that he got in 2020, and they just see the writing on the wall. So they're trying to, you know, put all these railroads and roadblocks in his way, because they already know that he's going to become, he's going to be the 46th or 47th president in 2024. So,
yeah, the dump, as in human shit. Yeah, and then also too, and here's something else, Brother Che, to reinforce of what you're saying.
That's only if they don't go. They don't vote for Cornel West or RFK Jr.
Okay, all right. So third party candidates can get some power pull, and then too, ladies and gentlemen, keep in mind is that we've heard of reports out of Chicago. Now, get this, ladies and gentlemen, that Chicago is considering going red once again. The city of Chicago is considering going Republican, the whole state of Illinois. is considering going Republican this time around. So that there ought to prove something to you, because as we all know, Chicago was a stronghold for the Democratic Party. As a matter of fact, their Democratic convention is going to be in Chicago in the summer of 2024. Okay. And ever who these Democrats are going to select is
MD.
going to
What up,
lose.
MD? Shout out to MD. He said, y'all ain't
Y'all
gonna
gonna
be
be
talking
talking about my Uncle Larry.
Larry.
Who's his Uncle Larry?
You talking about Larry Elder, Shabbat? Yeah.
Oh, that scrub. Oh, man. Yeah. Uncle Larry, sure you're right. Yeah, I got you there, brother. Yeah, MD, sure you're right. Yeah, Larry Elder's that scrub. Yeah. Okay. And then also, too, is that, man, where is that bum, man? Where's that other scrub? Him and Leo Terrell with they Amos and Andy looking asses, man. Crook County is calling for Trump's help in the immigration problem. You see that there? The Arena Uncensored has announces that Crook County is calling for Trump's help with the immigration problem. Extra, extra, read all about it. Crook County, Chicago, Illinois, the home of Al Capone for many, many years, is calling for the dump's help with the immigration problem. Okay, you see, Black family, when you have a Black stronghold of a city like Chicago and New York, and you have Black mayors who do not support their own people and whatnot, and then are knuckling under the pressure, to every other group, but not doing shit for your own. Guess what? And I'm glad to report is that facade is coming down. They're tearing it down like they want to do the wall of Black marrying shit. So Uncle Tom, Brandon Johnson is going to the dump as in human shit. Okay, because they don't want to, they having a problem with the immigrants. And you stupid ass, nigga ass politicians, excuse me from using that term, sitting up there, Master Charles, just doing it right anyway. We don't know about you, about you, ever about. Okay, and just to think, that great man gave their lives from Dr. King to Malcolm X to Fred Hampton, okay, to all those that made the ultimate sacrifice for it to turn out like this. So you telling me these brave men and women that died 60 years ago of some of the most blatant and flagrant police brutality and murders died for some confused ass motherfucker's agenda for a man to talk about that the crack of his ass is a woman's womb?
Well, this and it just
what were those who made the ultimate sacrifice will say about that? Of course, we already know what the X-Man would say about it, but what would Dr. King say about that? What would Rosa Parks say about that?
I mean, ultimately,
what I got all these ass
shame. It was shame.
It's like what you said on that episode of the Boondocks, Lady Cherry.
It just made it worse. It makes everything that this. They keep talking about civil rights and shit, but look what happened, right? Look what's happening. It's always up for fucking debate. Well, it just makes it look like everything that it is that it was a waste of motherfucking time and energy and all these years, decades, nothing has happened, no real progression, and it's just like a slap in the face of everybody who fought so hard to get to that, and it just go all the way back, step it back. It's like a slap in the face. None of that shit mattered. So the answer would be shame. You should feel ashamed. We should be embarrassed. We should feel ashamed. Really?
Yeah, more so than embarrassed, Lady Che. But not only ashamed, Lady Che, but even feeling lower than shame. Yeah. When we went up there and when our people voluntarily went for this bullshit, and then the sad part about it is, as Brother Che said, is that this shit here is getting exposed. Okay, and I gotta leave in 15 minutes, y'all. Okay, it's getting exposed. The facade is melting. Yeah. Huh?
No wonder you look like you're going somewhere.
Yeah, I am. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Shabaka'S Blacc experience enhance is moving away from blog talk radio here
Yeah,
to
literally with
frontline black
the
news.
suitcases. Stop it,
No,
Chewbacca.
he's moving
Stop it.
priority.
Stop it. You moving away with the suitcases off of Blog Talk? Stop it. Do it.
All right, and so therefore,
I'm moving away from Blog Talk. And me and my three.
Yeah, so Blog Talk is evicted us, so we hope to take their asses to court and get in their pocket, you know, for fraud and what have you. Although they're saying, well, next month we are going to give you 3 months worth of service. We having technical difficulties. But bums who come on there who are ultra conservative, we're not going to mention no names, but mighty funny, those bums are not having no problem with their show. You know what I mean? So hey, Blog Talk.
I'm pretty sure fucking all the whiteys are having an excellent broadcast.
Oh well, of course they are. You know what I'm saying? And then they got their little coon, and then they got their little coon, and they got their little coon over there. I'm not gonna mention his name, but we know who he is. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so. Yeah, so we're not even gonna mention those bums' name. Okay. Yeah, okay. Now the arena says that the residents.
It's gonna be all hell. All hell.
Why should it be?
Oh, okay. So Cook County is gonna have a repeat of 1968.
Turn up.
Yeah, the residents of Cook County said there will be no peaceful Democratic convention. Okay, all right, and then for those of you, okay, and who remember, you know, up in my age group. Okay, pull up the archives of 1968, the Democratic National Convention. Okay, and two mainstream news reporters, they real up in age. Okay, one of them by the name of Dan Rather, and another one by the name of John Chancellor. Okay, and I'm not going to say the networks that they were working for. Okay, is Dan Rather
topic, Lady Tay.
Okay, and Dan Rather. Okay, yeah, Dan Rather was beat up there on nationwide TV. John Chancellor was arrested at the Democratic National Convention. They had a riot out there in the front of it over there in Grant Park. Okay, and a whole lot of cases that came up out of there as well too. But Cook County, they ain't happening. Okay, and so with the Democrats being in such a raggedy state, yeah, Cook County is for them that's the place for them to, you know, to be read, you know, to be told about themselves. Mm-hmm. Cook County is because Cook County was a Democratic stronghold, and Brandon Johnson's and Lori Lightfoot's, you know, them type of Negroes, you know, they went up there and messed it up. You see, yeah. So it's going to be very, very interesting. Okay, and then
Sanctuary City shit in effect. It was Harold Washington that put that Sanctuary City shit in effect in the 80s, unbeknownst to a lot of people. People didn't even know that until Abbott started busloads of migrants to Chicago.
That shit was
them in.
When he sent them to fucking Paula's house over there, that shit was hilarious to me. You couldn't get me to stop laughing. Man, I couldn't stop laughing for like a week and a half straight. He just dumped it right there. It was like, shoulder shrug. You know what I mean? It went on about his business, right? Like he, you know, everybody want to be mad at Greg, but I was like, shit. He's like, take some of this shit up off of us. And look, the way he's been doing it, that's kind of some real, you know, it's kind of scandalous. You got to appreciate that a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, you got to appreciate it. It just made everybody put in some work. The only one who's really looking like he put in some work.
We take them all in. Come on in.
She fucked that up. You know, and not only that, but like ultimately, in order to really stop this shit, you got to stop it abroad. Like everybody got to close their borders off in every country.
Yep.
They close their borders off in every country, and everybody just unified for a quick minute because I don't understand what the big appeal is. Hey, look, you fleeing one country, not every country is in war. And not every country just, it's like whatever. Just go into the next one or whatever. Little by little. But, why you gotta go? Look, why didn't anybody get the message?
Okay, Lady Check. The reason why they're doing it is because when you look at contracting work, like building skyscrapers, the streets and stuff like that, okay? You're having it down in Florida, same thing in California, out here in Nevada. It's the migrant workers that mainly do that type of stuff. But keep in mind is that when these black ass politicians say, well, and then when these no good
that foundational Black Americans used to do. And now they're replacing us with migrants.
Exactly. Thank you, brother. Right yeah. Plumbing, carpentry, let me see, brick masonry. You know what I'm saying? And I saw a crew out here working on a construction project. Man, you had a personnel of about 80 people out there working, right? But only one brother.
No, one was black.
Yeah. So literally, it's an 80-to-1 ratio. No, literally an 80-to-1 ratio of these migrants doing, the skill trades to one black person.
What we saw was nothing but construction workers, not one black person. And
when I do see a black construction worker, I'm like, oh, black man working. But it's a rarity. It's a rarity.
Yeah, and now they got you gotta see black people doing work. I mean, you gotta go to like weird ass places like the bus. Sometimes Walmart, Ross. I mean, like barely like. I mean, come on now. It's like it's weird. It's almost like actual black, foundational Black Americans just being pushed to the outskirts,
thrown out the door, Lady J. We've been pushed over the cliff.
Like that.
And the cold part being,
if you ain't speaking so correctly, you ain't gonna hear the accent. Or you ain't really paid attention to the hairline. Shout out to Rick Desheet. You ain't paid attention. You know what I mean? Like you missing the boat. Like you Black Americans just trade up and kind of ghosted out. Like in our city, it just seemed like all we hear is now is coons and immigrants and whiny ass white folk and fucking
and Yasta bosses.
Hispanics that are taking up applause and all the all this shit, man. Like where
isn't it a wonder, okay, with the platform and the square that we stand on, folks, okay, is it a wonder that they shadow banning us? Is because see they don't like this truth. Say it's because no, these niggas can't be loving themselves. They're supposed to be sitting up there calling they woman a B word and calling themselves a bunch of NGRs and all that. But who is this black ass crew? Frontline Black News. How dare they say that? Shabaka'S Blacc experience enhanced. Wait a minute. You niggas deal with the black experience from the beginning of time to 10 minutes ago? Oh, we can't have you.
They really can't. Not only that, but it just gets worse because it's very serious. Like, like we talking about. I was going off a little bit earlier in the show, in my show, talking about motherfuckers. Our city over here in Colorado has made it all over the news like the last 2 weeks. And I was like, God damn, can we stay out the fucking news? Like can we just stay out of trouble? What it is that we got
the link in the chat. Please subscribe to the Revolutionary Agenda.
They send white folk. Everybody has a comment on what's going on in Colorado, where until you get down here and you really see what's going on. Like we used to patrol. There's plenty of video on that. Let's still go outside. I'm just saying right now, and if in a little bit it's gonna be right back to where it was, probably by springtime. Okay, but like the reality is, we actively do shit for you. Actively go on city council or talk shit. Be alive, whatever, so that everybody knows what's going on. I mean, I'm always in the 90s chat. They fucking talking shit. You know what I mean? So they know, like, we're right here in the city arguing some shit that's going on over here. And if anybody caught, like, maybe y'all can catch it, but if y'all catch it, you'll see me talking about how the numbers don't make sense, how he tried to pull the mayor and all this other stuff. You got a real life
right.
but you can't
he included the migrants in that count. The count was supposed to be for our unhoused citizens. Were unhoused before the migrants even arrived.
No, the unhoused count. The unhoused count. The migrants don't count in the house 1,000, and you can't get off of fucking just saying, "Oh, cuz spent the night in the shelter one night." That counts as a number. No, fuck that. Do it right. Do it like how you said, because you got motherfuckers like us talking shit like no, fuck no, and fuck no. Your numbers are still low.
Right.
You housed fucking immigrants and family. That's how your shit went from like what 300 to 800.
Yeah,
like 4
9.
days max. You know what I mean? I wouldn't even pay attention. By the time I looked at the news, because I was watching Netflix and shit, by the time I looked at the news, it jumped up to like 800 and I was like, oh, he's fucking trippy. He went and put all the migrants in there. You know what I mean? And everybody. I showed it yesterday. Everybody over here coming out their way, right? But when we had refugees, we've always had refugees come in from different places, right? Within reason, everything was managed and under control. Like we had Katrina here, we had Afghans, we had a whole bunch of motherfuckers come up in here, right? Ukrainians, we had a whole bunch of fucking people come up here, and within reason, their needs was met. They was placed somewhere. They were, whatever within reason, and there was a lot of good-hearted motherfuckers. Yeah, they just okay. But when it comes to unhoused individuals, they don't want to hear nothing. They don't give a fuck about nothing.
Exactly.
Fucking a whole apartment complex. I showed this shit yesterday on my shit. The whole apartment complex opening up this shit, giving them 3 months rent free and busing and food and everything. Whole studio setup like the one that Jesse got, right? Just off the cuff, and they don't rather give it to the immigrants versus the unhoused. What the fuck is that about? I would rather take in a motherfucker that is a native here where I can actually speak to. And actually, if some shit is wrong, you can get the fuck on out. I can actually talk to. We can actually coordinate some shit versus a motherfucker that crossed 4 months with their whole fucking family uninvited with no motherfucking plan, better phone than me, getting all this fucking extra shit. Brand new apartment. They got a fucking microwave inside the cabinet because my microwave sit on a bar and you open it up, it still slide back fucking 3 inches.
The hypocrisy.
They got whole
heat. The hypocrisy is real.
Digital. You don't even know if my heat is on. You can't even tell if it's on or if it's hot.
Yeah.
I got a
the hypocrisy is real.
Come on now, this is bullshit.
And then right across the street,
high-rise
condominium.
I'm sorry, I read about
so
this.
So moving along, Shabaka is definitely pressed for time. So I'm trying to be respectful of Shabaka's time.
Bye,
so we got another doctor.
See you later.
Yep. Okay. All right. So I'll give you guys. So I'll give you guys a call later on today. Okay. So this is Shabaka Sankor for Shabaka'S Blacc Experience Enhanced, coming to you from Sin City. Okay, Brother Che, you okay? Lady Che, y'all take care. Okay.
You too,
all right. Okay. All right. Absolutely. Okay. Always.
Okay.
Damn, he got ready quick. Did you see how quick he was getting ready? He put socks on and everything. We was just for a minute there, just looking at his little light skin. Light skin. He put his socks and shoes on, and trade up with his 3 little suitcases, like buy blog talk, buy house. Like and the whole time he was only talking shit.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, family, I did run Shabaka's show too earlier in the week when Shabaka was MIA. He does have a Black Experience Enhanced that's up there like 2 days ago. I ran it down. That's what I do. I should host everything. Go ahead, Jesse. Go ahead, Mr. Behind.
So the damn BadSalami might be suspending his ridiculous presidential campaign. So Lisa Cabrera says, is this the end? Vivek's campaign suspends TV ad spending.
She run out of money? Look for a multi-millionaire wife at work.
I think he's a billionaire.
Yeah, whatever.
Ladies and gentlemen, it looked like the end may be coming sooner than you think.
Yay.
Old BadSalami here is pulling his commercial ads ahead of the Iowa caucuses. Now, running for election, you would think that he would step those ads up. Nope. In fact, Trump has come out and predicted that he will drop out of the race in 2024. You know, I said the same thing. Mm-hmm. He will hang in there. There's not that much of this year left. But in 2024, I really believe in the beginning, he's going to be gone. Yep. Donald Trump suggests that fellow candidate BadSalami is set to drop out of the race in 2024 after it was revealed that his campaign had ceased all of its TV ad spending. He will, I'm sure, endorse me, but Vivek is a good man and is not done yet, Trump wrote on Truth Social Tuesday night. His post link is, it's a story about his campaign stopping its spending on TV ads, slot reservations, according to the campaign ad tracking company. So data from Ad Impact revealed that during the first full week of December, the campaign spent $200,000 on TV ads. Last week, that number went down to $6,000 for BadSalami. Campaign officials told MPT that they were spending money on ads, but not on TV. We are focused on bringing out the voters we've identified. The best way to reach them is using addressable advertising, mail, text, live calls, and doors to communicate with our voters on Vivek's vision for America, making their plan to caucus and turn them out. As you know, this isn't what most campaigns look like. Yeah, because he has no chance of winning. He's not going to ever win the nomination. Come on, y'all. Let's be real. We have intentionally structured this way so that we have the ability to be nimble and hyper-targeted in our ad spending. The new strategy have been launched within a month of the first primary contest, the Iowa caucuses on January 15th, and the New Hampshire primary on January 23rd. The campaign said early November that it was set to spend more than $10 million on ads via broadcast, cable, radio, digital, and direct mail. And now all of a sudden they're not going to do that? Interesting. Since then, the campaign has spent $2.2 million on TV, digital, and radio. Ad Impact data shows. So they said right now Nikki Haley is actually polling ahead of Donald Trump.
Wow. How is that?
So who have ads? Nikki Haley, Ron DeSantis, and Ron Christie are still spending money on TV ads. During that same time span, Vivek spent $6,000 on TV ads. Trump spent $1.1 million. Nikki Haley spent $1 million. DeSantis, he shelled out $270,000, and Christie, $88,000. So that's how much they spent. Vivek spent $6,000. So Haley, backing SFA Funding Inc., a group that spent $4.8 million on all kinds of ads last week, while DeSantis is supporting Fight Right. spent 1.3 million in addition to 987,000 spent by MAGA Inc., 700,000 by the Christie. He's backing Tell It Like It Is. All right. Meanwhile, BadSalami support American Exceptionalism PAC and hasn't spent anything on ads since October. So, yeah, well, I'm with Donald Trump. If he's not going to spend money on ads, or he's changing the way he spends on ads, then I can't see him hanging in there too much longer, y'all.
Right.
So we shall see what happens to Vivek here. It don't look so good for him. You know, the Iowa caucus is pretty big, especially for the GOP. So for them, you know, for him not to advertise the week leading up to the Iowa caucus, that says it all, you know. And then I saw another ad that said he wasn't doing it because he felt it was ineffective. Well, I don't know anybody in politics, and they say they don't advertise because it's not effective. It may not be effective for him because he's never going to be the nominee. You know, that's never going to happen in a million years. But it's interesting, and we shall see. You know, I have a feeling, at least by the first quarter of the year, don't be surprised if you hear him drop out. And another one that I think will also drop out in the first quarter of 2024 is Ron DeSantis.
Oh, yeah.
I really do. Those two, I think it's a high probability that they will be gone by the very beginning of the year. But you may feel differently, you know. Just let me know how you feel in the comment section. It is too much mixed feelings about Vivek. You know, even when you look at him on interviews with even right-leaning media, they don't really care for him. And I remember how bad he got dragged by Sean Hannity.
Yeah.
He was calling him a clown and everything.
Yeah.
And, you know, people don't like the way he flip-flops all over the place. Like, he'll say one thing, and then when you question him, he'll deny saying it. And he's been doing that a lot.
A lot.
So, y'all, please tell me what you think about this video. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.
All right, Lady Che, what are your thoughts on Vivek possibly suspending his campaign? Oh, first, I'm going to get to these comments. We got a whole bunch of comments, it look like. Let's see. Black Sun said, in the red states, blacks dominate in construction. Something the gem is destroyed in California. Talk black to me. Yep. Same thing here in Colorado. They destroyed it in Colorado too, Black Sun. In Colorado, they're allowing the migrants to vote. No, not quite. They're trying to get there, but no, not yet.
Probably not. It probably won't happen this election cycle.
Good morning. Okay. The underrated darkness. Appreciate you tapping in.
Good morning, brother.
Glad to be here. Hey, y'all. The underrated darkness is in New York having the same issues. Yep. Y'all need to recall Eric Adams from New York, and I know the issues. Yes, beyond VA over 10 years.
Yeah.
Yep, Nikki needs to drop out. I agree, Black Sun.
I don't know. I think that it doesn't even matter really, because none of them really got tangible things for the people.
No, and hell, Biden doesn't have a chance. I know
exactly. No, he definitely doesn't have a chance. I mean, just from the simple fact of if you're watching everything that's happening, too much money is going out that is not going in the hands of black folk, and the border is wide the fuck open. Kamala disappeared as the borders are for like what, a year and a half. So
yeah,
or some shit. I mean, even when they showed up at her motherfucking door, she wasn't even present. So, where the fuck has she been? She never answered for that.
She's on an abortion tour.
Yeah, now she's on an abortion tour, but she just disappeared. You know what I mean? Like she was MIA for like a while. So the border crisis, the border thing, has been wide open like for probably since it came back into office. So I would think that New York City, as far as New York City is concerned, you see Eric Adams going up there 11 times already to speak to Washington. He even jumped on board with the mayor over here and the mayor in Chicago, and the only ones who seem to be getting any kind of real answers is white boy over here.
Mm-hmm.
The white boy swoop in, and he's the only one getting any results. And I showed that yesterday on the RVA. He's the only one. Excuse me.
You're talking about Johnson.
Whatever our mayor's name is, yes, that dude. The one who took your position, yeah, that guy.
Yeah. Bloomberg helped him, Nick.
No, I'm talking about now. Talking about now, like they just went up there. So the only one who's getting any help, or any answers now is Johnston, whatever the fuck his name is.
No, like that's what I was saying, Black Son. Like, what the hell? Where they get the? Me and Lady Chair was just both saying the same thing. Like, who they polling? How the hell is Nikki Haley ahead of Trump?
She can't be, especially when she didn't really even know what the fuck the Civil War was. Like, that's stupid. And Vivek was talking about they selling us the same rope to hang us with. I mean, he's just making these little tropes and shit. So I don't see how any of them really are going to be positive for Black folk. I mean, if anybody's really paying attention, none of those are really good speaking things. And the fact that Eric Adams keeps getting shit on, he's been on there 11 times and went on a country motherfucking tour.
When he went to Colombia and said, "Don't send no more to New York."
Right. I mean, they ain't getting the memo, and obviously nobody's getting the memo because look, they got a whole motherfucking caravan. Yeah, they got a whole caravan of fucking people coming. They just let them mob through country to country. So
you're right. They always disenfranchise us as a people.
Right.
Where does it say? I don't know, Black.
That was on the little podcast we just watched a second ago.
No, but he's asking where's the source. He's asking where's the source. I don't know if it was a Gallup poll or
she just said it on her shit.
Pure research. He's asking like what poll is it?
I don't know what polls they're reading. They're not asking Black folk anything. So where are these magical numbers coming from? They don't ask us shit. You know what I mean? These are the numbers they want to run with. Every number is different. Every poll is different. So where are these polling? Who's doing the polls? And why would they want her to do it?
It makes no logical sense. Okay, so is that your final thoughts on Vivek?
No, well, as far as Vivek's concerned, I think that it's kind of interesting, but I look at it from a outside looking in, which doesn't really make sense. Really, let me just say it like this: he has money, so he could do. It's not like he don't got the money and he has to avoid the TV ads. That's like a grassroots thing. You can't come up with the money, so you're gonna put your money in some sort of flyers or foot groundwork or whatever like that. That would make sense. But he has the money, and why he's doing it is really a bad indication. The shit I showed yesterday with him talking, it's like 1 minute he wanna ride the pipe of fucking Trump, and the next minute he wanna push him out and put his name up. So he's kind of bipolar in like fucking 10 minutes. He went from one extreme to the next. So do I think he's gonna quit? Nah, I think he's gonna quit like towards the end, probably because the clown session will be too real. But no, and two, the Republicans and Democrats really are doing whatever the fuck they want. So they're like getting motherfuckers on and off the ballot. He's like, he's not a third party candidate right now. You know what I mean? So he probably won't get the nomination, but I don't think any of them will. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe Trump will, because that's what they
Trump's
want
the
to
only
have.
one that's going to get the nomination.
They're not promoting anybody to be his backup plan to give the nomination to, in case, you know, all hell really breaks loose and, you know, whatever. I think he thinks he's just going to run it from prison. You know what I mean? I don't see how that could work, but whatever. They don't have a backup plan. They're not setting anybody up for the favorite.
All the trials are going to be delayed, Lady J.
Right. They're not setting up anybody for the
try
favorite.
him until 2026. He'll already be in the presidential seat by then.
Right, but what I'm saying is they're not setting up Trump. If case Trump fails, if nobody want to vote for his ass. They're not setting up for a Republican backup. They're shining bright. They, you know, we'd rather, okay, well, fuck Trump, we'll take this vote. You know what I mean? No, they're not. Not even fucking on the Democratic side are they setting anybody up for a fucking fan favorite. It's all fail all the way across the board. And the third party candidates that are trying to, you know, press forward, they're getting shut out everywhere and everywhere. So they're not able to attend no primaries, and it's in all actuality, it was Democrats that stopped the fucking debates and shit. So it's not even a real thing. Like I said earlier, it's like a pay-per-view fucking event. There's no real options. We ain't even see a debate. And the only one I can pull up, I got a forum that I'm gonna run here shortly after we get off of this. You know what I mean? I'll run the debate, the alleged Democratic debate forum. They're the only one so far. And even then, there's no fan favorite in that. There's nobody did better than the other. They're all shoulder shrug.
The Democrats the Democrats, they have no answer for the dump. Like, it's just a waste of time trying to run anybody and you're not getting the support needed. So it's going to be the dump and whoever the independent candidate front runner is.
I don't know. I don't see it that way. I see it as they're going to put up Biden because Biden has to, you know, at least try to attempt to, you know, keep his seat. But they don't have nobody in lieu of. Like I said, and then not only that, there's no way that anybody is going to let Biden keep his seat. And ultimately, there's no real way you should allow Trump to be in there either, considering we've seen both of them. And we know exactly how Black people were really at during the Trump era, Trump stage. You can say all the flashy shit you want to say, but in all actuality, neither one was
really break it down. Like, when Trump was in office, were we better under Trump or were we worse under Trump?
Well, if you want to compare Biden, sure. But it wasn't all that great. He was still calling countries shithole places. He was still doing fucked up things.
Calling non-FBA countries shitholes. He was really
semantics, because he wasn't that great for Black people either. Just tell the truth.
What was he doing to hurt Black Americans?
Just tell the truth, though. He wasn't that great either, right?
He was better than Biden.
Yeah, so I just said that, though. I just said that he would have to compare. If we had to compare notes and we had to put them side by side, he's obviously better than this fuck. Yes. Yeah.
All the polls I read got Trump ahead. I know, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know.
The polls here, the city, we're in a Democratic state, so allegedly Biden's pulling ahead. I don't see how. I really don't understand. So I think these polls are all bullshit. In our state, they got him up ahead. I got Biden up ahead, but I'm like, how the fuck can you even say that, knowing what we're looking at all day long? You know what I mean? You can't even ride the bus anymore as a regular citizen without fucking another 150 motherfucking migrants coming in trying to, you know, do whatever. So I don't see how it could be ahead. What's the next clip?
The next clip is, I think it's Lauren Boebert or Nikki. Let's go to Nikki Haley real quick.
Why?
Sure. So Nikki Haley didn't even know what the cause of the Civil War was, y'all. Like, find these people. How you gonna run for political office and not even know the country's history? Like, you're running for president and you don't know what the
make the
cause
ballot in one of the states. So, Christie didn't even make the
Christie
ballot.
didn't really stand a chance either. Like, they're all just fucking Trump lackeys. They all want to be like Trump. So it's like, why are y'all even running? Like, y'all might just put all y'all support behind Trump. Like, when they had that first Republican debate and they asked them, how many of y'all are supporting Trump? All of them raised their hand and stuff like 2.
Yeah. Christie's been actively defending that. I mean, like, a lot of good that's doing you, bro. I mean, like, you getting clowned on the stage where they telling you, you didn't make the ballot and shit. That shit is horrible. It's a horrible fucking feeling. Horrible feeling when the judge tells you no. You know what I mean? That's a real horrible feeling.
Okay, so we got Nikki Haley criticized for admitting slavery as the cause of the Civil War. She should be criticized. This is dumb. How you not know that slavery was the cause of the Civil War?
I mean, just keep it fact. Like, it was pointed out that there's like 3 Indian individuals right now currently. Two running and 1 in the office already. Like, don't we see an issue with that? Like, don't we see something like, shouldn't we question that? Like, dun.
Well, we tried to question that about Obama, and you remember how that went down.
There wasn't a black person in the seat before him, though, or running up against him.
No, because he was supposed to be the black candidate.
Well, I'm saying
we didn't really know who the hell he was or where the hell he came from or any of that shit. He was supposed to be the great Black Hope. Okay, so getting back to Nikki. So Nikki is criticized for admitting slavery as the cause of the Civil War.
Ladies and gentlemen, Nikki Haley recently did a town hall, and the topic of the Civil War came up, and people are dragging her. She's being dragged because, throughout the topic, she never once mentioned the cause of the Civil War. Instead, she stood there and gave a word salad answer. Boy, she was tossing the salad. Yes, she was. So let's get into it. Democrats and supporters of Florida, Ron DeSantis, criticized former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley on Wednesday when she refused to name slavery as the primary cause of the Civil War. Ron DeSantis needs to go somewhere and shut up.
Right.
For real. He needs to go somewhere and shut up. You're trying to bury all of Black history, and you're trying to point at somebody else not mentioning something. Please, Satan, go somewhere and sit down. Haley, 51, made an apparent gaffe. No, she did that intentionally. When you do something intentionally, that's not a gaffe. During a town hall event in Berlin, New Hampshire, after a voter was asking the former United Nations ambassador to identify the cause of the deadliest war in American history. The White House hopeful appeared caught off guard by the question and failed to mention the antebellum South's institution in her response. I think the cause of the Civil War was basically how government was going to run, Haley said, the freedoms and what people could and could not do. No, that was not the cause of the Civil War.
No.
That was not the cause of the Civil War, Nikki. Let me go on. I think it always comes down to the role of government and what the rights of the people are. Haley went on. And I will always stand by the fact that I think government was intended to secure the rights and freedom of the people.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, you really pulled that one out of your behind, Nikki Haley.
Right.
I sure hope you hear my video. You're a piece of crap.
Right.
That's what you really, truly are. So she continued this long-winded answer off of the tangent on capitalism and First Amendment rights. Again, those were not the causes of the Civil War. At this point, you really just need to shut the hell up. It was never meant to be all things to all people. The Republican presidential contender continued. Government doesn't need to tell you how to live your life. They don't need to tell you what you can and cannot do. They don't need to be part of your life. They need to make sure that you have freedom. Wow. And you said this in front of the crowd that was crying the loudest during the pandemic for help. Mm-hmm. I remember that. We all remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, with your, I don't need the government for anything. And then all over social media, boo-hooing, crying louder than everybody.
Yeah.
So the individual who asked the question to the candidate responded that it was astonishing to hear her answer without mentioning the word slavery. Yeah, she did that intentionally. That's why I said that ain't no gaffe. She did that intentionally. What do you want me to say about slavery? The next question. Haley shot back. President Biden's X account shared a video of Haley's town hall moment. It was about slavery. Yeah, but Biden don't have room to talk when he not only will not talk about our reparations, he too will not talk about slavery and all of the atrocities that have happened to his quote unquote Black voters that he has spent the last nearly 4 years ignoring the needs of those voters. So really, he don't have much of a leg to stand on. Y'all make sure my videos get in front of these lame ass politicians.
Right.
So anyway,
we'll do our best, Lisa.
Y'all, yeah. So Joe Biden, sit your old ass down.
Right.
So the same person who said the Confederate flag was about tradition and heritage was a minority woman. She was the right person to defend keeping it on the State House grounds. Some may have forgotten, but I haven't. Take time off of the rose-colored Nikki Haley glasses, folks, he added. Sorry, Haley, the Civil War was about slavery, period. Rep. Dean Phillips of Minnesota, who was running for the Democratic nominee for president, tweeted. So Christina Pushaw, a Republican, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, rapid response coordinator, mocked Haley's convoluted answer, describing it as word salad regarding the Civil War. Yeah, well, y'all, many of you be tossing those same word salads too.
Mm-hmm.
Pushaw also accused conservative media personalities of ignoring her response in an effort not to make her look stupid, in her own words. DeSantis press secretary Brian Griffin characterized the moment as a giant mess of her own making. Haley's campaign did not immediately respond to the post for request. A real clear politics average poll pegs Haley in second place in New Hampshire, trailing former President Donald Trump by 21.5 points. Wow. Well, she is out of South Carolina, and she's in front of the right crowd to give that kind of answer, y'all. You know, in order for her to get away with that kind of answer, it was probably none of us in the crowd, or very few, very few. But I would not weigh too heavily on Black Republicans defending, the fact that she did not mention the Civil War was about slavery, they would have more than likely went along with it, because the vast majority of Black conservatives are raccoons. And they get mad when I say that and come on my channel. And let me say that once again, the vast majority of Black conservatives are raccoons. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Raccoon, 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 raccoon. Peace, family.
Thank you, Lisa, for that awesome insight. All right, Lady Che, what are your thoughts on Nikki Haley, former UN ambassador, not knowing the cause of the Civil War?
Oh no, I mean, considering that she's such a person that's always talking about war and tactics and what she would do. If she was, like, why in the fuck would she not know what was going on with that?
Okay, let's see what the comments say. Black Sun going off. I think me and the Black Sun agree on something for once. The U.S. Supreme Court is sitting, so Trump will win because before any conviction. Yep.
Yeah, we know that.
Pinwilling. Uh-oh. We're all pinwilling. Biden is going to lose against Trump. Yep.
That's what I said. It's not even a point of going in anywhere to vote for nothing. So,
like you said, his bank account loves Trump.
Of course, it's always what he says.
Yeah, for like the last 20 years. Yeah.
It's like, we know, Black Sun, we know.
Yep. Since what was his face? Since Bill Ritter. After Bill Ritter has been a Democrat since. Trump is ahead in all swing states. Yep.
Yep, you're probably right about that too.
And the biggest nail on the coffin is Trump did more for Black people than Obama. Ooh, wait.
Probably right, but it wasn't any good. None of it was really that good. But hey, you like your bank accounts. That's good. It was tangible for you.
Everybody got COVID checks. We got COVID checks.
He's just talking about gas was low, and he's talking about his gas was low. And, it was a good little trucking market at that time.
But he didn't. I don't think did he pass any. He did the Second Chance Act, where he pardoned over 5,000 people, majority of them Black. I'm trying to think what else did he do that specifically benefited us. I think that was about it. But that's more than what old Sambo did. Old Sambo didn't do nothing for Black people.
That's true.
At all.
It don't matter. It don't matter. Everybody's gonna go with the prescribed selection. And right now they want Trump to go ahead and be president again. No matter all the shit they put up against him, they still want his ass in the office. So it just sounds like major double negatives. Like how you put all this shit up in front of him and charge him with 91 counts of fucking whatever and still want his ass on the ballot. Like, right.
It's political theater. It's political theater.
Like you're supposed to
be the Democrats are desperate. They are desperate. They're literally throwing everything at him, including the kitchen sink, and hoping something will stick. It's not
not
gonna
just
work.
the Democrats, it's them too. It's the Republicans too. It's just, they did this shit too. So like, it's not just them. It's the whole cycle. Like, how the fuck you gonna put 91 motherfucking charges on him? He's guilty. He had a whole motherfucking riot on the front steps, inside and out there, before he's holding hands and going down to eat Skittles at the bottom. You know what I mean? Holding hands on the ground, screaming and shit over a motherfucking treasure chest full of votes. Like, right? But he's guilty of all these things. He wouldn't give back none of the motherfucking records he had in the ballot.
I love you.
He just had all this shit going on, and yet you still want him on the motherfucking ballot. and you're gonna get righteous over it if you're not on it.
It's time to go home now. Thank y'all for showing up, but it's time to go home now. Let
Like,
the
of course,
police do their
he was like
job.
a hot pocket during
Time
the
to go
insurrection.
home now.
Allegedly, he was eating a hot pocket, just chilling, watching the shit go down. So, I mean, that's what we was trying to do. You know, we was eating pizza
You're all
rolls.
beautiful people. You're beautiful people. Thank you for showing up. Now it's time to go home. They act like he was like, yeah, burn it down. Burn it to the ground.
I mean, even so, with all that shit, with everything they just kept throwing at him. Not only that, but not to mention all the shit he did during and in between, right? And then the motherfucking the fucking the lady he allegedly fucking bothered in the thing, you know, in the dressing room. All this shit, right? And yet they still want him on the bill.
No, she has a bird brain. She has a bird brain. Yes, I agree. She is definitely a bird brain. How the hell are you gonna run for president and not know the cause of the Civil War? Like, that's basic American history. Like,
she basically wanted the audience to answer that question. Like, what does it mean to you? Like, that's stupid. Like, and then she tried to fucking gaslight everybody. They talk about, well, I'm talking about what it means now. It don't even mean that shit now. It don't mean none of that shit now. You know. It don't mean none of that shit now. Whatever she fucking said, it was just retarded. Like, come on now. Where's your people to write your speeches just in case? You know, who knew that was gonna come up, man? That should just cover you on all around. Either way, she wasn't talking about what she's gonna do for black people now. That would have been an excellent pivot. You know what I mean? That would have been an excellent pivot from all that bullshit.
UN ambassador. And most I was talking about, we need to go to the UN. We need to go to the UN. For what? So we got people like this?
That's what I'm saying.
Trying
like,
to fight over our case, our claim. Nah, I'll pass. Okay, so the last topic is Boebert.
Oh my God.
Lauren Boebert. Yeah, y'all familiar with her. So she's the one that was in she was in the theater groping up her dude or whatever. Fuck.
I just really think she should apologize for being an adult on her off time. Like, I don't think she should apologize to anybody. I mean, I talked about it. I don't think she should apologize to her.
Against Biden.
Yeah, she's been going hard against that shit for a while now. But I still don't think she should have apologized. As a matter of fact, I think she should have gotten older about it. Like,
after barely winning her seat, her congressional seat on the western slope of the state. Oh yeah. Can't forget the black contracts. Yeah, he did do a lot of black contracts too. That is true, Black Son. We're getting back to Boebert. So now she decides that she wants to run for
Trump, on Black Son. How you keep trying to sell us on Trump? We see the way the narrative is gonna go. You ain't gotta sell him; he sells himself. It's like dope. You gotta sell it; it sells itself. Just like pussy sells itself. You gotta sell Trump on him; he sells himself. You know what I mean? Real shit.
He's just reminding people, you know, that he actually did something.
We dig it. You don't.
I don't even want to say directly
like
for black people, but indirectly for black people.
Yeah, you like love it. We support you in your and Trump's the greatest. We support you. We support you with that. You know.
I wouldn't go that far, but he did more than old Sambo did.
Yeah, of course he did, man. Of course he did. And apparently he's done more than motherfucking Biden did. So I guess he's gonna be the fan favorite. But that's what they're selling it to us. But you ain't gotta sell us on it. Like I said, we with you on it. We actively standing with you, and you like it, we love it. You know what I mean? Like you ain't gotta sell it. You ain't gotta sell him to us because he's like dope and pussy. He sells himself.
So our bird brain, goddamn Republican.
I will just add to you, just so you feel better, you'll stop. He didn't have no slaves in his family. Just so so you'll feel better. And you'll feel better and stop with it, trying to sell it to us. Okay?
Joe Biden did, though.
What do you mean? No, of course not. He was the only motherfucker that got 91 fucking charges up against him, though. Like, goddamn, like, 91? We can't even get away with one. We can't even get, black people can't even get away with one motherfucking felony charge. You talking about 91 charges. Yeah. And he's just riding free. Putting his mugshot on t-shirts and making fucking bread to go fucking move around the towns and shit. Doing the most. His hands fucking 2 pigs blowing off in the wind. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers talking major shit. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, the new. Like
he is a winner.
Hashtag
I always like
got arrested. So he got arrested, but he didn't get convicted.
He got arrested and he put his face on a mugshot and he's been making bread ever since of that. I mean, you gotta think he's a motherfucking advertising genius. And he placates to our emotional shit. We just need white daddy to say it's gonna be okay. And white daddy is saying it's gonna be okay. And everything is lovely and we're all special and loved. He pats us on the head, rubs our hair back. You know what I mean? Straightens up our little clothes, dusts us off. He says he's gonna take care of us. Oh, white daddy over there, he got it.
When I said it was good people,
he's gonna close off the border. He's gonna do all the shit that's making us uncomfortable. That's what he does. That's his job. His job is he's like the best motherfucker to placate to our emotional sensibilities, and that's why everybody's riding this pipe. We just want to be told we're loved and special.
Oh my God! I think most just want a stable economy and shit not to be so goddamn expensive.
Yeah, but you're going out. Everybody's going off of what they say.
And not have their cities over flooded with illegal immigrants.
Yeah, I think there's got to be some major networking, like some country building and president talking to, where you got to go into other countries and be like, look, you have to shut your shit down. What do we got to give you to shut your motherfucking borders down? What do we got to do? What kind of alignments do we got to make? Because right now they're talking about they crossing four or 5 countries or 11 sometimes, depends on depending on who you're talking to come over. And Mexico's got Mexico ain't really stopping the motherfucking the caravan. So I mean right now there's an active caravan allegedly. I don't know why they call it a caravan. There's a motherfucking miles and miles and miles and miles and miles of motherfuckers with tennis shoes on mobbing, doing protesting, talking about they freeing fucking poverty. Like, for real? What about us? We in poverty. Like, did they not get the message? It's been going on for over a year, people. So you mean tell me nobody in them countries are under the understanding that the United States ain't got it like that? There's no news nowhere, because how the fuck we knowing what's going on in Venezuela and Guyana? There's no news. We didn't see fucking Eric Adams damn near get fucking tomatoes thrown at him, talking about get the fuck on out. We gonna do what we want. We didn't see none of that shit. Nobody got a memo anywhere.
Immigrant hater.
What's the incentive to keep the borders open? That's the question. Like, you got other countries. What are those incentives from one country to the next to keep the borders open to let these motherfuckers mob through like that? They're not just invading the United States. They're coming through every other country too. What's the incentive? Who said it's like that over here?
Free goodies and giveaways. That's the incentive.
Oh, man,
free goodies and giveaways.
If they ain't paid attention, the fucking land of milk and honey kind of shutting off, right? The tap is going low. So why ain't anybody get the message over there on the caravan with it? Hey, you better stop. They ain't got nowhere for you to go. They ain't watching the news. Man, I showed a video. This motherfucker had a better phone, a way better phone than I think I would ever have in my whole motherfucking life. I don't even know what kind of phone it was. I was like, man, I'm simply on a motherfucking Obama phone. Look, it don't even got a fucking name on the back. What the fuck kind of shit is this? This motherfucker using the translator to fucking tell us he just want to work. That's not asylum. That's not asylum. That's not asylum. And no, that's not asylum.
No, that's not asylum.
Go back over to where the motherfucking president reparations. Go over there. That's where you need to be. You sue your motherfucking colonizer. Hold your own nuts.
Free goodies and giveaways. They was told, oh, they're giving out free housing, they're giving out free
Colorado,
this, they're giving out free
fucking Trump, man, Colorado's been a Democrat state. I don't agree with it either. But
well, for like the last 20 years.
I don't agree with it either. I don't agree with what the fuck is going on. I'm like, look, how can anybody take these polls over here in Colorado and vote for Biden? Biden leading ahead in the Colorado polls. Who? Why? I mean, don't you see your neighborhood being invaded? And you're the asshole, though. You're the asshole. You live there. You're the asshole. Look, and one thing we got gentrified by the whites is another thing to get put out by people that don't even live in the state or don't even live in the United States, not United States born. So, and then have the vitriol to blame Black Americans for being upset. So it's a whole different situation, man. We have motherfucking a whole cabinet.
No matter who gets you.
They would never let the Black unhoused do any of that shit. Never, not once, not ever in fucking life. They wouldn't let us have more than fucking 10, 12 tents on a fucking sidewalk. So what the fuck? They 400, 600 deep. And then they got the audacity, and you watch the RVA, they got the audacity talking about they Black Americans are robbing and stealing from them. What? Are you serious? Like, really, man?
What did you say? You're throwing me completely off topic. What? So,
it's really Black.
Okay. So, the last topic of Shabaka'S Blacc Experience Enhanced, your Grand Risings with Shabaka and the Chase, is Lauren Boebert. She's deciding that she's going to run for a different district now. She barely won the last district by like 500 votes. So now she wants to run for retiring Representative Kim Buck, Republican Kim Buck. So she's running for his seat. No, but Colorado was copying. Yeah, they're copying. So I'm gonna play that. I think it's from our local media. So this is from our ABC affiliate, Denver 7. And it says Lauren Boebert will face a crowded Republican primary and bid for new seat in Congress.
Tonight, we're following up on Congresswoman Lauren Boebert's decision to seek a new seat in Congress by running to represent the 4th Congressional District. Now, some believe the move is a way for her to try to win in a less competitive race.
But of course, she now faces a new set of challenges in a much more conservative area. Denver 7's Brandon Richard takes a closer look and spoke with some of Boebert's new opponents.
Hey, everyone.
Colorado Republican Congresswoman Lauren Boebert, who currently represents the state's 3rd Congressional District, announced plans to run for the 4th Congressional District next year.
It's the right move for me personally, and it's the right decision for those who support our conservative movement.
In a video, Boebert said switching districts would be the best way to ensure Democrats don't win the seat she currently holds, a seat she narrowly held onto last year by just 546 votes. By switching districts, Boebert avoids a potential rematch with her Democratic challenger, Adam Frisch.
I will not allow dark money that is directed at destroying me personally to steal this seat. It is not fair to the 3rd District
and the conservatives
who have fought so hard for our victories.
Boebert must now prepare for a Republican primary for the 4th Congressional District. He'll face several challengers, including former State Senator Ted Harvey, who says Boebert has turned into a career politician.
She went to Washington, D.C., and obviously drank the Kool-Aid and got became part of the swamp. And now here she is, desperately trying to hold on to any vestige of power that she has.
Trent Lacey is another Republican candidate in the 4th.
It just proves that she's not a fighter. I mean, if she was a fighter like she claims that she is, she would stay in CD3 and fight for her seat, but she's not. because she knows she's going to lose.
Boebert also faces other challenges. Her new district is a lot wealthier than the one she currently represents. It's also more educated. Nearly half of the people who live there have a bachelor's degree, compared to just 1/3 of the constituents in her current district. And while Boebert's current district is all rural, the 4th is a mixture of rural and suburban, but the 4th is more solidly Republican. And if she wins the nomination, she'd be more likely to win the general election. Red Imagery, Denver 7.
Boebert will be running for the seat being vacated by Representative Ken Buck, and we reached out to Buck for a comment, but we have not heard back.
Now, we are hearing from Adam Frisch, who provided Denver 7 with a statement. Even before the Beetlejuice debacle, he says, that embarrassed her constituents. Our campaign polling was ahead of Boebert because voters saw that we were showing up in their communities and appreciated the hard work, authenticity, sincerity, and independence that this campaign embodies. Now, Frisch is referring to an incident in September in which Boebert was caught on video misbehaving with a babe during the performance of the musical Beetlejuice in Denver.
Why the camera facing me? This sounds like a setup to me.
Causing the disturbance.
I gotta apologize for your grown ass motherfucker woman after 8 p.m.
The Colorado GOP chairman is weighing in on Boebert.
Really cock blocking right there. They really fucked up her groove, man. She should really be upset. I would not be apologizing.
I don't think it was the best move. We felt that she was best suited for Congressional District 3 and that she was in the best position to win re-election and retain that for Republicans.
In that interview, Dave Williams said Boebert will be tasked with explaining to voters why she felt it was necessary to switch districts.
Should sound pretty why? More educated, more money, so she can fundraise. She tried to set herself up for a fucking for an extra win.
All right. So it looks like we just got Black Sun in here. Appreciate y'all. So Lady Che, what are your thoughts on Representative Boebert switching seats for 2024?
Doesn't matter. Her politics and her politic behaviors ain't gonna really change. You know, it's just gonna be one entertaining thing after another. It doesn't matter. She's just gonna have to work really hard to get them to put her in that space. Because it was very difficult to keep her in that seat as it was, in the seat she's currently in. But that's how it go when you be fucking up regularly. So I don't really give a fuck about it. I don't really give a fuck. I just like to watch the Senate committee hearings where she's fucking up and she's extra irate, you know. I don't think it's really much of a difference. I think she's gonna have to do. She basically said why she want to go over there where I don't know how it's gonna affect her anyway, but you know they're more educated and there's more money and she probably get a chance to deal with more suburban, rural mothers or suburban white parent people, you know. So that's pretty much how it goes. It's already getting kind of dirty. I mean, dude didn't even have to really bring up the Beetlejuice thing. He did. So, I mean, say she's scared. So, I mean, it's pretty much like, you know, they're gonna try to gang up on her, and then she's gonna have to, you know, either use her good looks and somewhat charm or whatever to fucking get out of that. We'll see. The only time will tell. She got to really make herself look like she's doing something for the people.
Yeah, that sounds about right. So we'll keep y'all updated on what's happening with this. As you can see, she's in a crowded race, so she definitely got her work cut out for her. I'm not a fan of her at all, but you know, I do think it's hilarious that she tried to issue articles of impeachment against the Sleepy Joe Biden. I do find that part hilarious. But, yeah.
I think
all right, ladies, close out the show. We have something else to add.
Yeah, probably gonna go live here shortly, or not. I'm probably a little bit later. Who knows? I have to see. Given the time and whatnot, because I like to show the forum that I found. The Democratic Forum, the only one so far. And I got a couple other things. It's Friday, man. Who knows? I could terrorize the internet all night if I wanted to. So, but yeah, definitely. Thank you for hanging out with us and watching. We'll see what happens. Maybe I'll go invade somebody's podcast. We'll see. But yeah, thank you, and tune in tomorrow for Frontline Black News.
Season 3, episode 39, part 1. Our first of 2 shows before the end of the year. So yeah, make sure y'all like and subscribe to Frontline Black News on YouTube and Facebook. The Revolutionary Agenda on YouTube and Facebook. Shabaka'S Blacc Experience Enhanced on Facebook and the X, formerly known as Twitter. So thank y'all for tuning in to Grand Rising with Shabaka and the Chase. We will see y'all for Shabaka'S Blacc Experience Enhanced next year. And we'll see y'all tomorrow for Frontline Black News. And we might see y'all later for the RBA. So peace, love, light, reparations and separations, and Black empowerment.
Peace.
Peace.